Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party review. In today's video we're taking a look at the latest offering from Planet X. This is their PX C04 CACUS from the times of Hercules and CACUS. This is of course their oversized version of their Grimlock, done in more of an IDW style, much along the same sort of lines as their Starsaber and their Deathosaurus. Take a quick look around the box. Let's crack him open. And here he is out of his plastic prison, and holy moly, what a big, beautiful bot. He's a lot bigger than I was expecting him to be. I've seen pictures of him, but in hand, he's a beast. If you've held the likes of the TFC recent figures like their Supreme Tactical Prime, he feels very much like that in hand, and he is a gorgeous color as well. Just look at that kind of smoked metal. It's a really great color. Now accessory wise, we do get two normal accessories that we would expect for Grimlock. We get his rifle, and of course we get his blade, really nicely done there. But we also get a set of hands as well. We get the red fists in case we want to switch them out. I'm not sure which I'd prefer. I think I prefer the black fists, but it's nice to have options, isn't it? I can't remember for the life of me whether Grimlock had red or black fists in the IDW comics. It was a long time ago that I read those. That was kind of like the Ford of Cybertron section, wasn't it? I can't remember. It was some time ago. But he is an incredibly menacing looking bot. God, wouldn't it be amazing if they did all of their dinos like this? Now, as you would expect, we do get an instruction manual. I say instruction manual, it's more of a sheet. And we get a collector's card as there with CACUS on the front, and a little bit about him with his strengths and weaknesses on the rear. Now to give you an idea of how he fares scale wise, there he is alongside TE01, which is kind of our standard MP Optimus Prime size. That's the oversized Black Mamba version of Siege Optimus Prime. Personally, that's a scale that I really do like. And because you'd really have to go some to beat him, that is the Giga Power version of Grimlock. Yeah, he's smaller than him, but that being said, he's definitely no small guy. He's got a lot going for him. Let's just take a full 360-degree look at Grimlock. Those colours are absolutely sublime. I'm glad they've gone for this kind of more charcoal look to him. I was slightly concerned when I saw some of the previous kind of test shots of him, but the final colour really is exquisite. I love the gold as well. It makes kind of everything else on him pop. And what an incredibly awesome sculpt. And that upper body and head really does kind of separate him from his other Grimlock counterparts. Something about that sculpt, incredibly unique. It's gorgeous. Right, now let's cover everything from the articulation and transformation, etc. The head. To me, I sometimes catch him at the wrong angle. It looks like he's got a very kind of sad face there. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's the angle that I've got him at. Let's give us a little bit more light there. But we do have up, down, also that pivot there, left and right. My antennae on mine are slightly looser than I would have liked. And we have these back wings. We have really gorgeous ratchets on here. Again, if you've had any of the TFC figures, you know exactly what the joints are like. We've got a lovely kind of butterfly joint there. We've got a bicep rotation, We've got double jointed bend on at the elbow there. Got full rotation on the wrists. We've got a swivel here. We've got a waist rotation, albeit it's incredibly stiff. There is definitely a rotation there. We have an upper torso rocker. We have an abdominal crunch as well. Something that's really welcome on a figure this kind of size. Coming down to the legs, hip skirts to the front, sides and rear there. Allow for motion all the way forwards, all the way back, out to the side, upper thigh rotation. Lovely bend on that knee. It does unplug to give us a deeper bend, but the idea is to have that down and tabbed in like so. That's kind of the natural order of things. And then the toes can rotate as to the heels, kind of emulating an ankle pivot, something we don't actually get as standard. That's about all the guy doesn't have. He's got jam-packed articulation all over, except for that ankle tilt. But my goodness me, doesn't he look sublime? Fully articulated hands, big hench beef of a Dinobot. What more could somebody ask for? Now, as amazing as our Grimlock looks, he does, of course, transform up into his wonderful Dino mode. Start off by coming down to these arms, lifting those up, flattening the thumbs and the fingers. They're going to flatten, and that's going to slide into that arm. That's going to close off, and this section is going to come down. The arms are then going to come up, and this joint here is going to rotate around, so it brings these legs the other way around. This head panel at the back comes untabbed, and this whole section here is tabbed in and on a hinge, which allows this to move upwards. This section on the buttocks, that comes up. We have these panels on the underside of the wings. They're going to come down. This is going to come all the way up, and you see you've got these hinges just here. That's going to slide into those hinges, which holds it into position. And these arm panels just kind of rock down. Move this leg joint so it drops down to the bottom. Again on this side, rock this leg joint down and then move that around. This allows this joint to come all the way up and over and in to the front. So it sits on the top of the shoulder and hooks into the front. So again on this side, that's going to come all the way nice and deep on that shoulder, come all the way down and push and tab and secure on the front of that chest. The head is going to come in and just tab in either side. Come on, let's just separate and separate. 1 and 2, that's all pushed, locked and tabbed in. Look at that. Look at that for a sculpt. That is sublime. Now that this section here is in correctly, this can come up, this can hinge, this can come up. This is going to tab in on there to support it. And then these are going to push right, we are in. That's that's it. It's tabbed in. Just nobody breathe near it at all. Time to take a look at these legs. First things first, you want to move the toe up and in so it sits flat inside like this. You've got this section here, that's going to come out. This is going to come out as well, and this is going to fold in and back in on itself like this. This untabs from that knee, and you want to bring this tail panel all the way up, out of the way, and this here separates, which in turn allows this flips up and up. That goes in to this piece like so. Open up this leg nice and wide, and this knee hinge is going to come back on itself. It's a really kind of tight hinge like so, and then slide this in and then straighten up this hinge like that. There we go. Straighten up the leg. There we go. This can come in. Come on. Here we go. Nice and straight. Make sure that leg is locked in. And then we can start pushing these panels together. There we go. There we go, it's nice and tight. Bring these tails round and untab. Come on, that is tabbed in there incredibly hard. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's out. There we go. So bring this back on this hinge and this hinge. These are going to come in like that and like that and like that, like this, and then these just need to tab in together, and then everything needs to tab in. These launch up and they are going to position themselves in to that back cavity, and then we just need to re-tab these in because I've given them a knock. And here we finally have him fully transformed. It's a knack to it, it's just getting everything to tab together at the same time. And that's just something I really need to kind of keep practicing on. But there we have him. There we have the almighty Grimlock. Now obviously they've changed these. The hinges on the test shots were red. These have now come back and they're all kind of blacked out hinges. These sections do all tab here nicely. He's a very hefty kind of bot. He's got his little Grimlock tongue going on in there. We've got these arms that drop down. I love the fact that we've got articulation on the neck there, pivoting left and right, as well as the up and down and pivot on the head. That's a nice welcome thing. Got lots of range on these legs. Got some mounted shoulder pads which can move, and then we've got the hinges on here. We've got the little claws on the back of the feet. But that's a nice looking Grimlock. I think I definitely prefer his robot mode, but as far as dino modes go, that's pretty kind of reptilian. something that I think a lot of Grimlock figures miss, especially some of the later kind of incarnations of him, is that kind of character. Something this guy has in an abundance. And quickly just bringing in Prime for a scale. That's you know, that's a pretty decent dino mode, isn't it? Really do hope that Planet X do the rest of the dinos. It's not something I was really looking to collect. I sold a lot of my Planet X figures on, but there's something about these kind of oversized IDW style ones that have kind of, I don't know, maybe I've got a soft spot for Dinobots, I don't know. Maybe it's a soft spot for oversized figures. Either way, Planet X have done a sterling job. Highly recommend this. If you liked their Star Saber or their Deathosaurus or the likes of some of the latest TFC kind of masterpiece style figures, then this is highly recommended. The transformation around the legs is a little bit iffish, not something I'm a huge fan of. The instructions are all on one sheet and they're not done to a very high standard, so I tried to make out of those the best I could. So I hope I kind of made that legible and watchable for you. But there you go. Grimlock in all of his glory. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy days to watch my content. I'll include a link in the description below where this can be purchased over at Robot Kingdom, as well as a playlist at the end of this video for all Planet X videos. And until next time, from myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.